Hey, good morning, Cole Canyon Coyotes. Welcome to our Friday flag video. We appreciate y'all turning in each week. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, shall we? Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Hey guys and girls, each year we send a few fifth graders over to Thompson Middle School to run in the annual Turkey Trot event. And our athletes always do very well representing who we are, Cole Canyon. So best of luck to all those that are running in the event. Great job to get there. The Kafudi rule. Do I need to say more? Please keep all hands, feet, and other objects to yourself at all times on the playground and in class. Heroes, those that are helpful, encouraging, respectful, and outstanding, give high fives, a handshake, or an encouraging pat on the back if someone was in need. But unwanted touching that violates the Kafudi rule is not okay, and students who do this are subject to consequences and possibly a phone call home. Thank you for doing your part to complying to the safety message here. It is an expectation, and it's very important. Now over to Mr. Zanartu with the November birthdays. Take it away, Mr. Z.
All right. Well, hello, November birthday coyotes. Happy November and a very special happy birthday to all of our friends who are celebrating birthdays this month. We want you to know how much we appreciate each and every one of you and how wonderful it is to have you as part of our wonderful campus. As the season changes and the air turns cooler, we're just reminded of how cool you guys actually are. So keep bringing the kindness, fun, and unique energy that you bring to school every day. We hope that this birthday month is extra special for you, just like it is for all of us. Have an amazing birthday and a fantastic November. Let's go and turn it over to Mrs. Lane for our student exhortation.
Good morning, Coyotes, and happy Friday. Today, we would like to continue to do our best with our behavior, and I want to talk to you about how to be respectful of our playground equipment. Some of you may have noticed that we have received an upgrade to our kickball field, which now has real bases instead of just the ones that we placed down. We hope that this upgrade can help make this activity a lot more enjoyable for everybody. But remember, equipment like the bases are meant to stay in place. We call this stationary equipment, meaning that it shouldn't be moved or changed. It's there for you to play with as it is, so please don't move, change, or fiddle with it. If something doesn't seem right, or if you are unsure, please always make sure to ask an adult for help. When we use our equipment correctly, it stays safe and fun for everyone. Let's make this month awesome by playing respectfully and taking care of our playground. I want you to have a fantastic day. And next up, we're going to have another video for our amazing Unified Leadership students.
Hey everyone, today we're going to learn how to play kickball, a super fun game that's a lot like baseball with a bouncy ball that you kick. We'll go over the rules, how to play, and some key skills to help you get better and have more fun. Let's get started.
In kickball, we have two teams, the kicking team and the fielding team. The goal for the kicking team is to score points or runs by kicking the ball and running around the bases. The fielding team tries to get the kicking team out so they can switch places and have their turn to kick.
Before we jump into the rules, let's talk about skills you'll need to play kickball. It's your turn to kick. Remember to watch the ball as it rolls towards you. Keep your eye on it and aim for the strong kick to send it far.
Throwing and catching. In kickball, it's also really important to be able to throw and catch the ball. Fielders need to know to throw the ball accurately to get it to bases for a forced out or tag. And catching is key for making outs on pop flies. So while you're playing, practice catching with both hands and throwing with control.
Now that you know the key skills, let's go over the basics of the game. How to start. The game starts with the pitcher from the fielding team rolling the ball to the kicker standing at each home plate. Try to kick the ball after it rolls home plate and aim to kick it far enough to reach first base. Foul balls. If you kick the ball but it goes outside the lines along the first or third base sides, that's a foul ball. A foul ball counts as a strike and you get another chance to kick. Every time a kicker runs around all the bases and returns to the home plate, they score a point or a run for their team. At the end of the game, the team with the most run wins.
Getting out. The fielding team can get you out by catching the ball before it hits the ground. Tagging you by touching you with the ball while you're not on base. Remember, tagging means touching the runner with the ball. You should not throw the ball at someone to tag them out. Force out. When a runner has to run base because someone is behind them, the fielders can step on that base with the ball to get them out. This is called a force out.
Everyone gets a turn to kick in a lineup. So when it's your turn, get ready to kick. After you kick, go back to the back of the line.
From time to time, we have a person who kicks it so far it goes all the way over the outfield fence. Not a foul ball, but the outfield fence. In this case, they will go all the way around the bases, and it's called a home run. Each player who is on base will advance. Now, if you kick it really far and it happens to hit the ground first, then bounce over the fence, this is called a ground rule double. They will advance to the second base, and all other players will score.
So that's kickball. Practice your skills, take turns kicking, and enjoy the game. Ready to play? Let's go kick some balls and score some home runs. Thanks for watching, and remember, play fair, have fun, and use your skills to help your team.
All right, what an amazing video, and hopefully we can continue to play by those rules. Helps us all have a great time. Well, hello students and staff. As you all know, each Friday Flag video, we get our chance to recognize all the students and grade levels who have earned that hero shout out from his or her teacher. These are students who have shown what it means to be helpful, encouraging, respectful, and outstanding. With kindergarten, we have from Mrs. Eisinger's class, we have Grace. Mrs. Amcraft's class, we have Edgar. And Mrs. Gordon's class, we have Tessa.
And for first grade, from Mrs. Stringer's class, we have Jake. From Mrs. Cron's class, Miles. And from Mrs. Schott's class, Zoe.
From Mrs. Treese's class, we have Lila. From Mrs. Garrity's class, we have Harper. From Mrs. Casey's class, we have Aubrey. From Mrs. Gonzalez's class, we have Callie. From Mrs. Manzela's class, we have Mac. From Mrs. De Leon's class, we have Jude.
And moving on with our third graders, from Mrs. Hess's class, we have Bodie. From Mrs. Levin's class, Axel. From Mrs. Welch's class, we have Benjamin. From Mrs. Hewitson, Brody. From Mrs. Tope's class, Braden. And from Mrs. Hartley's class, we have Genesee.
Moving on to fourth grade, in Mrs. Ariana's class, we have Charlotte B. From Mr. Gable's class, we have Anthony. From Mrs. Calvio Murray's class, we have Hallie. From Mr. Pacey's class, we have Uriah. And from Mrs. Trujillo's class, we have Merrick.
And last but certainly not least, with our fifth graders, from Mrs. Reagan's class, we have Lee. From Mrs. Murray's class, Chance. From Miss Bethke's class, we have Vincent. And from Mrs. Hemrick, we have Olivia. Congratulations to all of you that earned this weekly shout out. These names will be entered in our monthly drawing for a class prize at each grade level at our live Friday Flag assemblies. Now, let's turn it back over to Mr. Shaw to close us out.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. Excellent admin team. We all care about you guys and girls out there, and staff. I want to support your efforts too. Being heroes on this campus, very important. We're so grateful for all that you're doing to do your part during this Thanksgiving season to be a hero. We hope that these Friday Flag videos encourage you to make good choices and that they support you to be part of a dynamic community of learners. Have a great weekend, everyone. We are very thankful for everything and everybody. Take care now.